Hi, welcome to Kalike. In our previous session, we learned all about acceleration. We learned that changes in velocity do not take place with equal distances of time, but instead it takes place with equal intervals of time. Now it's time to define instantaneous acceleration. It's like we defined instantaneous velocity in our previous session. So instantaneous acceleration, which is represented by the letter small a, is given by limit as delta t tends to 0. That means the change in time tending to 0. There is absolutely no change in time. It can't tend to 0. Change in time, we are assuming that we are measuring it at a particular instant of time. So delta t tending to 0 andre the difference in time period is tending to 0. Change in velocity, that is delta v divided by delta t. This can also be written in the language of calculus as a, which is the instantaneous acceleration, is simply given by. Okay, so we know that like velocity, which is a vector which has got both magnitude as well as direction. When I say velocity, a velocity may involve a change in its magnitude or a change in its direction of the speed. So either there can be a change in the magnitude of speed or there can be a change in its direction when an object is moving, right? Or it can involve both. An object can involve a change in the magnitude of speed as well as a change in its direction of motion. Similarly, acceleration is also a vector quantity which can involve a change in the direction of its speed or a change in the magnitude of its speed. So, or it can be accompanied both by the change in the magnitude of speed and also its direction. Okay, now it's time to plot some position time graphs for special cases of acceleration. Okay, we will plot position, different values of position on the y-axis. So basically we will take x on the y-axis. This is your positive y-axis and this will be the origin, right? This will be the positive x-axis. So we will plot time along the positive x direction and we'll plot different positions covered by the object at different intervals of time along the positive y direction for three different cases. One is positive acceleration, another is negative acceleration, and the last one is zero acceleration. Okay, so when I say positive acceleration, by that I mean probably the speed with which or the velocity with which the object or the change in velocity with respect to time for an object is increasing. Here the change in velocity with respect to time is actually decreasing for negative acceleration. When I say 0, you see that the change in velocity with time is 0. So you observe that there has been no change in velocity, which means it is moving with zero acceleration. There has been no acceleration experienced while or during the motion of an object. For all these three cases, what we will do is we will elaborately take a particular equation of motion which connects the initial position of x-axis. So we will take this equation, which is x, which is the final position of the object, is always equal to x naught, which is the initial position of the object, plus v naught, which is the initial velocity with which the object started moving in a time interval t, plus half into acceleration, which can be positive, negative or zero in different cases, into t square. Now this equation is something that I have not introduced in this chapter, but I'm sure that you might have read it in your previous class. So assuming that, because we are going to derive it in our further classes, we will take this equation of motion and substitute for different values of x naught, v naught, a and t, and find the values of x, and thereby we will plot different graphs for positive acceleration, negative acceleration, and zero acceleration. So let's get started. Well, now it's time to plot the very first position versus time graph for an object moving with positive acceleration. When I say positive acceleration, that means the velocity, the change in velocity keeps on increasing, or velocity keeps on increasing with time, and hence you see the acceleration is in the positive range. So how would a graph of position versus time look like when you have a positive value of acceleration? Okay, now to plot a graph of x versus t, you need a relation that connects the position with the time. All right, so let's assume this equation. Let's assume the position x is given by x is equal to a plus b t square, where a and b are any constants, and I'm going to assume the value of constants. So let's say where the value of a is 0 and the value of b equal to 1. Okay, now let's calculate the values of x for various values of t. Okay, now I need these values. Let's make a column here. For various values of x, we will calculate the values, for various values of t, we will calculate the values of x. So when t is so and so, what will be the value of x? When t is 0, when t is 1, 2, 3 and 4. I'm assuming that, when time is 0, so when time is 0, so x is equal to, we have to only substitute for t. These are various values of t. So just substitute for the value of t, and also substitute for the values of a and b as shown. So a is 0, right? Plus b is 1, 1, t is 0. So 1 into 0, it is going to be 0. So what is the value of x when t is 0? It is also going to be 0, right? Now, first let's also make the plot here. This will be your graph. This is where we are going to plot the position, and this is where we are going to plot the time. So time is what I have taken as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me call this as 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So this is 1 second, this is 2 second, this is 3 second, and this is 4 second. Now once I get the values for x, I will see what should be the scale for the position. Okay, now let's substitute for t as 1. So when t is equal to 1, a is 0 plus b is 1, right? So 1 into 1, which will be equal to 1. So this is, when this is 1, this will also be equal to 1. Let's calculate for t equals to, so a is 0, b is 1, this is 2 square, because t is 2, 2 square is 4, 4 into 1 is 4, so this will be 4 meters. So when the time period is 2 seconds, you see that the position of the object will be at 4 meters. Now x, 0 plus 1 into 3 square, which is the value of t. So 3 square will be equal to 9 into 1 is 9. So when it is 3 seconds, you see that the object is at 9 meters. See the difference? Initially for 1 second, it has covered a distance of 1 minus 0, that is 1 meter. And then 2 to 1 for the same 1 second, you see that it has covered a distance of 4 minus 1, which is the difference is 3 meters. So here the difference is 3 meter, here the difference is 1 meter, and when you see here, for the same 1 second, it has covered a distance of 9 minus 4, which is 5 meters. You see that the length covered for the same difference in time goes on increasing. So that means it is moving with increasing speed or increasing velocity. Hence, we say that the acceleration is positive. Okay. Now, when t equals 4, x equal to 0 plus 1 into 4 square, because we have t square, 4 square is 16, so this will be 16. So if you see here, for the same 1 second jump from 3 to 4 seconds, that is a difference of time is 1 second. You see 16 minus 7 will be equal to how much? It will be around 9 plus 7 is 16. So this is 7 meters. You see there is a jump of about 7 meters. So the distance or the keeps on increasing. The distance covered keeps on increasing for the same difference in time. Now these are our values 1, 4, 9 and 16, right? So how do we plot these? To plot this, I will erase this, okay, because I need to write the scale. I am going to jump it as, instead of writing 1, 2, 3, I can jump it as 2, 4, 6, 8. So I'll call this jump as 2, and this is going to be 4, this is going to be 6, this is going to be 8, okay, this is going to be 10, and then this is going to be 12, this is going to be 14, this is going to be 16. So I have jumped to 0 to 2. There is a jump of 2. You have to jump it in equal intervals. Again, 2 to 4 is 2 meters jump, 4 to 6 is 2 meters jumps, and so on and so forth. Now let's see the values and plot them together. So 0, 0, right? I've assumed that the initial position of was 0. It can also have initial velocity and initial position. It can also start from 2 meters or something like that. But here I have assumed it to be 0. When the value of time is 1, it covers a distance of 1 meter. So this is 1. So this will be the position. Now when it is 2 seconds, you see that it has covered a distance of about, it is at a position of about 4 meter. So, sorry, this is 4 meter, right? And then you see 3, 9. So when it is 3, it has to be 9. So somewhere in the middle, you see it is 9. And when it is 4, you see it is about 16. Right? So this is 16. So when I join the graph, it's not a straight line. You see that it is an upward moving parabola, right? If I connect 0 was 0, if I connect this, so this is how a graph looks like, a position time graph for positive acceleration. When I say positive, then a value of acceleration is greater than 0. So this is how a graph for positive acceleration would look like. And you can also draw it as it simply looks like x versus t will be something like this, right? If it has some value, if it starts with a certain initial velocity, or it starts at a specific position, not 0, then it will start from here. If it starts from 0, then it is going to look something like this. So this is how. Okay, so now we are going to plot the position versus time graph for negative acceleration. That is, you see the velocity keeps decreasing, or the position, the change in position, or for the same difference in time, you see it keeps on decreasing. Okay, for to do so, we need a relationship that connects position with time, because we need, for different values of time, we need different values of x. So here I have taken this equation where x and t are related by x is equal to a plus bt minus ct square, where a, b and c are some constants, and I've given some values for a. I've assumed the value of a to be 0, value of b to be 6 and value of c to be 1. So now we'll do the same for different values of time. We will calculate different values of x for these values. Okay, now so let's substitute 0. If I substitute a is 0, right? So this equation can be rewritten as a is 0. It can also be rewritten as bt minus ct square, right? Bt minus ct square, b is 6, so this becomes 6t minus 1t square. So it is 6t minus t square. So let's keep on substituting. When t is 0, x will be equal to 6 into 0 minus 0, that is going to be 0, because 6 multiplied by 0 is 0, 6 whole square is also 0. You see, when t is 0, this also becomes 0. Now when t is equal to 1, you will see that 6 times 1 into 1 square, that is 6 minus 1 will be equal to 5 meters. So when t is 1 second, the position will be 5 meters. The object will be at 5 meters. Now when t is equal to 2, you see that 6 into 2 minus t square, that is 2 square, that will be equal to 6 times 2 is 12, 12 minus 2 square is 4, so 12 minus 4, right? 12 minus 4 is equal to 8 meters. Now there is something that I want to let you know. You see that unlike the previous graph where you saw that this is the difference in time, 1 second, right? So for 1 second difference in time, you saw that here the distance covered was 5 minus 0, 5 meters. For the same 1 second difference in time, you see it is at 8 meters now. It is not increasing, instead it is decreasing. 8 minus 5 is 3 meters. So it is covering lesser and lesser distance, which means somebody is applying brakes. Do you understand? It is not increasing velocity, the speed is not increasing, the speed is reducing because it is covering less distances in the same interval of time. That means there is traffic, due to which either the person is applying brakes and the object is moving slow, or for some reason that the object is covering lesser distances, so which tells you that the speed is decreasing for the same time interval. Let's see what happens now when it is t is equal to 3 seconds. When t is equal to 3 seconds, 6 into t, that is t is 3 minus t square, which is 3 square. 6 times 3 is 18 minus 3 square is 9. 18 minus 9 is 9 meters. So therefore this will be 9 meters. Now for the same, this will be 9. So you see, for the same 1 second difference in time, the distance covered now is from 8 to 9, which is a jump of only a meter. So it is almost coming to a halt. That is what you see. Now let's see what happens when t is equal to 4. Will it be 0? Let's check. 6 into t is 4 minus t square, which is 4 square. Oh wow, 6 fours are 24 and 4 square is 16. Okay, what is going to happen now? So 24 minus 16 is 8. So this is going to be 8. Oh, it is decreasing. So it is going in the reverse direction. So which means from 0 it covered a distance. From 0 to 1 second it covered a distance of 5 meters. From 1 to 2 seconds it covered a distance of 3 meters. From 2 to 3 seconds it covered an extra distance of 1 meter. Now from 3 to 4 seconds it is not moving forward. Instead of being 10 or 9.5, it is 8, which means it is coming in the reverse direction. So the object, what actually has happened is, the object covered this much distance initially and then little it was slowing down, and now suddenly it is going backward. It is coming in the reverse direction. Now this is what happens when you have an object moving with negative acceleration. The speed goes on decreasing and then almost comes to a halt and then starts going in the reverse direction. That is what happens. When we plot the graph, it will be even more clear. Now let's calculate for 5, just out of curiosity. So x will be equal to 6 into t, that is 6 times 5 minus 5 square. So 6 times 5 is 30. 30 minus 5 square is 25. So it will be 5. So you see that now in the backward direction the speed is increasing. The difference in the speed is minus 3. Why is it minus 3? Because 5 minus 8. Minus 3 because it is moving in the backward direction. So it has covered 3 meters in the backward direction. So which we call taking reverse, or in physics this negative acceleration is what is referred to as retardation, or it is also referred to as deacceleration. Okay. Now it's time to plot the graph. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want you can have 5 as well. Now we have to plot from 0 to 9, right? So I think we can plot it as 1 to 3 only. To avoid confusion, I'm going to erase this part. So 1, let's say this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, 7, 8, and maximum it goes is 9. So when time was 0, it is 0. Let's not plot it. It will come here only. When t is 1, it is 5. So where will this be? When t is 1, so this will be the value. When t is 2, it is 8 meters. T is 2. Eight meters. When t is 3, it is 9 meters. Okay. It may not be straight because I don't want to block the board. I don't want to block your vision. Now t is 4, you see it has come back to 8. So t is 4, it has come back to 8. Right? Now t is 5, it will be 5. So when t is 5, it has come back to 5. Now if you plot this from here, it will be goes increasing, almost flattens and comes down. It's a reverse parabola, inverted parabola of x versus t for negative acceleration. So if you are asked to plot x versus t for negative acceleration for examination point of view, now this will be the graph. This is how it looks like, because it increases and then comes down, which means initially it covered a larger distance and then slow distance, stops almost for a while and then goes in the backward direction. This is what happens when there is negative acceleration. I hope. Okay, now it's time to plot position time graph x versus t for zero acceleration. When I say zero acceleration, that means there is either no change in speed, the speed is neither increasing nor decreasing, it's constant, it's moving with a constant speed, and then we call such an acceleration as zero acceleration. To plot such a graph, I have taken the equation connecting position and time as x is equal to a plus bt, where a and b are constants with value 0 and 3. Now since a is 0, this equation can also be written as a is equal to bt, because the value of a is 0. There is no need to write a all the time, right? So therefore, now for these values of 1, 2, 3, 4 different values of time, I am defining different values of x. So when t is 0, b into t, that is 3 into 0 is 0. So we need not write this. Now t is equal to 1. What will happen? B is 3. 3 times 1 will be equal to 3. So this is going to be 3. T equal to 2. 3 times 2 will be equal to 6. Okay. And then when t equal to 3, This is going to be 3 times 3. So that is 9. When t is equal to 4, x will be 3 times 4, that is 12 meter, right? So these are various values. You see that there is an equal jump. There is no change in for a change in 1 second. What is the change in distance? 3 minus 0 is 3 meter. Then again for a change in 1 second, from 1 second to 2 second. 6 minus 3 is also 3 meter. From 2 to 3 second, you see that the change in distance is 9 minus 6 is also equal to 3 meters. Similarly, from 3 to 4 second, you see that 12 minus 9 is also equal to 3 meters, which means the distance covered is same in equal intervals of time. In other words, it covers equal distances in equal intervals of time. Hence, since acceleration is the rate of change of velocity with time, you see that the equal distances are covered in equal intervals of time. Hence, the velocity also remains constant. It is moving with the same speed and probably in the same direction. Hence, there is no change in speed. No change in speed implies there is no acceleration at all. It is moving with a constant acceleration. Let's try and plot how this looks like. Okay, x versus t for zero acceleration or constant acceleration. I need 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I need values up till 12. So I think I'll jump from 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay. When t is 0, the value is 0. When t is 1, the value is 3. Right? So, when t is 2, the value is 6. Right? When t is 3, the value is 9. So, it's going to be a straight line because there is no change. When t is 4, it is going to be 12 as shown here. Right? So it is a straight line assuming that it started from 0. Okay. So this is how it is going to look. In case if it starts with some initial velocity, it might look like an xt graph for 0 acceleration. If it started with a certain distance, it will look like this, assuming this was the initial position. If it started from the origin, it will look from here, right? Similarly, for all others, for positive, negative acceleration, this is for a less than 0, negative acceleration. Positive acceleration, if it started from here, it will look like this, assuming it started from x0. Here it will be like this, right? We saw, it is going to be an inverted, sorry. This is positive acceleration, it is going to be like this. Negative acceleration, it is going to be like this because it increases and then decreases, assuming it started from x0 and not from 0. So this is how you can plot position versus time graphs for positive, negative, and 0 acceleration. If you have any confusions, you can always leave in the comments. I'm happy to answer your questions. You want something to be elaborated, or you have a difficulty understanding something somewhere, then I'm always ready to help you. Please remember that if you take care of physics, physics will always take care of you. And make sure your fundamentals are in the right place so that physics looks easy and simple to understand. Thank you.